Hello guys! I'm playing more Danganronpa now, and this is the part where we left the last time, where Genocide Jill yells, "Objection! Objection!" So, let's now see what she has to object with those egg eyes and that beautiful, beautiful tongue.
I don't really understand what's going on, but Hifumi had that letter, right?
Because he took it from the dead body, yes.
So whoever wrote it wasn't drawing out TikTok, they were drawing out Huffy!
Um, just to be clear, TikTok is Taka and Huffy is Hifumi, right?
Oh, yes! Why must you ruin it every time?
Every time. Man, Genocide Jack is seriously scary, but still, I can't let her get to me. Wait, is this bullet time? Nope. God damn it, so many bullets. Glasses, cleaning cloth, broken wrist. Wait, what?
Huffy had the note, right? Then the person it was intended for must have been Huffy!
But remember what the note said. What time did it say to meet?
Spot the summer.
6 a.m., I believe.
The time doesn't matter!
Yeah, it does.
The note has nothing to do with TikTok!
No, that's wrong.
Guys, I am playing much better now. I failed so
No,
much in the previous
there
episodes.
absolutely is a connection.
What the hell are you talking about?
The note said to meet at 6 a.m., which is the same time Taka was murdered.
Indeed.
We've already proven that using his wristwatch. But there's more. Look where the note says to meet. The equipment room, right?
Which is where Taka was killed. I see.
So, Taka was murdered at both the time and place written in the note.
That's such a coincidence.
I think that should be plenty to show that this note was definitely meant for Taka.
Well, when you put it like that...
Look at her, she's convinced.
No further objections!
Then someone used that note to trick Taka. Just the same as me.
Yep.
The culprit really is a cold-blooded monster. Telling people they found a way out.
But if they gave the note to Taka, what was Hifumi doing with it?
He wanted to hide it because he is the one who killed Taka.
Stuffed down his pants, no less!
Most likely, Hifumi stole it off Taka's corpse after he died.
Huh? He stole it?
Yep.
Where's your proof? Go ahead, show us.
My proof is this other piece of it.
I got it! When I searched Taka's body, I saw that his lifeless hand was gripping a small scrap of paper.
Lifeless hand. That is a very good way of describing it.
If I'm right about this, the sheet of paper this piece came from is... I knew it! It fits perfectly with the note we found hidden on Hifumi.
Then Taka's scrap and Hifumi's note.
Yup, they're from the same piece of paper.
Whoa.
Hifumi had the note meant for Taka, while Taka's corpse still grasped a small piece of that note. There's only one way to explain it.
Taka died clutching the note. Hifumi tried to free the note from his death grip,
Death grip.
leaving behind only one small scrap. Did I get all that right?
Perfect. Good job, Sakura.
That means Hifumi knew the note was important.
Because he wrote the note.
Exactly. Which proves that he was an accomplice in the murder.
Wait, what?
Whoa. Yeah. After seeing all this, Hifumi was super involved in this whole thing for sure.
I don't think he was an accomplice. I think he was the culprit.
In fact, he was behind the whole thing. In fact, he's still alive.
No, he's not alive.
Sorry, no. When we found him in the repository, Hifumi was truly and completely dead.
No, he wasn't. He was almost dead.
The second body discovery announcement proves that.
So then, who killed Hifumi?
Was it Byakuya?
Whoever did is the mastermind, the true killer.
Maybe it was Hiro, actually. as a revenge for the thingy.
He was killed in the repository. So he must have been killed not long after transporting Taka's body.
So, he must have been killed after Taka's body vanished, but before we found both bodies in the repository.
During that time, we'd all split up and were searching for Taka's missing body. In other words, during that time, none of us have alibis.
Wait, but me and Sakura were together.
Stop trying to steal the spotlight, you stupid walrus!
Walrus.
Who are you calling a walrus?
Anyway, when they were killed bothers me too. But there's something that's been bothering me even more.
Okay.
And what might that be?
The weapon they used to kill Hifumi.
The weapon?
Yeah, because I mean, according to the Monokuma file, the way Taka and Hifumi were killed was almost the same, with them having similar fractures and all.
Uh-huh.
But Justice Hammer 3 and 4 were still laying around in the nurse's office and equipment room, right?
Yeah, but they use another of the hammers, of the mallets in the place.
So if Hifumi was killed in the repository, the culprit would have had to grab one of the hammers, kill Hifumi, then put the hammer back where they found it.
Nope.
But wouldn't that be seriously risky for him?
I'm surprised. It seems there's some semblance of a brain knocking around that skull of yours after all.
Is there?
Hell yeah, it's packed in there good and tight.
He's right, though. I don't understand it either. The Monokuma file makes it clear that they were killed using similar instruments.
Yeah, but that is because you
But
don't
if
know.
the hammers were already laying around those other rooms,
So the question is, how could the culprit have gotten their hands on either of the hammers?
He didn't. You don't know the clues that I have. Let
Personally,
me show you.
I haven't a clue.
I do have a
So
clue.
which hammer was used to attack Celeste? Number 1 or number 2?
What?
Those were accounted for in other rooms too. And I don't think either one is big enough to kill someone.
Then...
Is it not possible they used a different weapon?
Of course it is.
I don't think it is possible. They were both killed with the same kind of thing, right?
so then, what was used to kill Hifumi?
The weapon that was actually used to kill Hifumi, the whole picture surrounding this case. Uh-huh. Wait. Really? Spotless hammer.
What was used to kill Hifumi? Was it Justice Hammer 3?
No.
Maybe Justice Hammer 4?
Nope.
Well, whatever it was, there's one thing we have to figure out. How was the culprit able to move around so freely with the weapon?
They didn't.
How did nobody witness them carrying it?
Sounds like a Justice Hammer 5 is about to make its appearance!
No.
Shoot!
Damn. Where should I put it then?
What was used to kill Hifumi?
This. God damn it.
Shoot!
Okay. It must be
What was
afterwards.
used to kill? Was it just maybe Justice?
Well, there's one. How was the culprit? How did nobody...
Sounds like a Justice Hammer. Check out murdergear.com/hammertime for more info.
Well, one thing seems pretty clear.
What?
The murder weapon had to be one of the Justice Hammers.
No? Okay, that was it.
No, that's wrong. The murder weapon wasn't a justice hammer at all. No, it was something completely different.
No, it wasn't completely different. It was the same thing, just not painted.
But, seriously? A different weapon?
Specifically, a hammer from the repository. The killer could have easily used that to kill Hifumi. Now, all the hammers in the repository were covered in flecks of grit and debris. But for some reason, one of them had been scrubbed clean.
Because they were intended to paint it as a spotless hammer. Justice hammer.
And the reason it had been scrubbed clean was most likely because it was used to commit murder.
And then they left it on the floor, not hanging.
If the hammer got covered in Hifumi's blood, of course they'd have to clean it off. I'd also like to point out that the repository has all kinds of hammers. Big ones, small ones, and even some flat mallet-like ones. I think whoever made the Justice Hammers used those as a basis for their design.
If that's true, that would explain the Monokuma file's note about the wounds being similar.
Indeed.
So Hifumi moved Taka's body to the repository, where someone then used a hammer to kill him.
Yes?
And whoever did that is the true killer. The one Hifumi was working with. And the one who betrayed him.
Was he working with someone? I don't think he was betrayed. I think that someone just found the occasion.
Hold on a moment. I still think it's strange to assume someone was working together with him.
I agree.
The way the graduation rule works, there is no benefit to helping someone else carry out a murder. So the idea that anyone would work together like that is simply ludicrous. We talked about this, did we not?
We did talk about how there wouldn't be any reason for anyone to work together. At least that's what we thought at first, but... Wait. Is Hifumi going to be just an accomplice?
Based on the rules that have been laid out for us, even if more than one person is complicit in the murder, only the one who actually carried out the act can graduate and survive.
Okay.
Assuming the rule holds true, it is simply impossible that two people work together on this.
That
Okay.
is how the rule was explained to us.
But that only really applies if there's one murder, right? In this case, however, there were two murders.
Okay. Is the possibility of an accomplice really that insane?
Based on the rules that have been laid out for us, even if more than one person is complicit in the murder, only the one who actually carried out the act can graduate and survive. Assuming the rule holds true, it is simply impossible that two people work together on this.
Okay,
That
Wait.
is how the rule was explained to us.
so
But that only really applies if there's one murder, right?
should I
In this case,
steal
however,
this
there were two murders.
and use it next time on Celeste's thing? Okay.
Based on the rules that have been laid out for us, even if more than one person is complicit in the murder, only the one who actually carried out the act can graduate and survive. Assuming the rule holds true, it is...
Okay, that was good,
No,
guys.
that's wrong.
I mean, why do they need me for that? Kyoko had already said it.
Since there were two murders, it's at least plausible that more than one person was involved.
What do you mean?
If there'd only been one murder, then yes, the idea of an accomplice isn't really worth considering. Naturally, if only one person can be saved per murder, an accomplice has no risk versus reward benefit.
Risk versus reward benefit?
Are you an idiot, Makoto?
The payoff for working together. The reward that balances out the risk of taking part in a scheme. There's no point in being someone's accomplice if there's no benefit to you. However, if there were some potential mutual reward for the risk, then cooperation becomes possible.
Uh-huh.
You're saying that two people could act as each other's accomplices to commit two separate murders.
Indeed.
I think that's what the true killer told Hifumi. They would each have an accomplice for their crime. And based on the case's events, Hifumi would have been the first one to act, murdering Taka. They made him carry out the first murder so he couldn't back out of helping them later on.
So in this case, there wasn't one single person committing multiple murders. Instead, each person killed someone, creating two separate incidents. And it only looked like one person because that's how the true killer designed it to look. A single suspicious individual, a similar weapon used in each crime, disappearing bodies. By creating one seamless set of circumstances, they made it look like one person was behind it all.
And who was it
The
then?
mastermind picked their target and managed to convince him to go along with their plan. And then, to avoid the no accomplices rule, they simply killed their accomplice.
Oh no. It was Celeste, wasn't it? It was Celeste. Oh, god damn it. She has been pulling the strings all this time. Oh,
Which, if true, means that betraying Hifumi was part of the plan from the very beginning.
it was Celeste. She wanted the money or something.
That's just awful.
It is
You think
awful.
so? I can't help but admire its cunning. Still, their choice of accomplice seems odd.
No, it's not odd. Hifumi likes Celeste. Huh. Kyoko must have noticed the fact from the very beginning, which is why she said not to look at this as a series of connected events, but entirely separate incidents. Kyoko really is amazing, although, when you think about it, she's almost too amazing. Like, it's almost unnatural how good she is at this.
I understand how an accomplice could be involved. But then, who was the one pulling Hifumi's strings?
It was clearly Celeste. She was pulling the strings. She made Hina go to the bathroom so they could leave Hifumi alone, and yeah.
That's
Yeah.
problem numero uno right now.
The true killer manipulated Hifumi to carry out a number of actions and in the end murder him. In the debates up until now, the way the case has unfolded, when you consider all of that, there's really only one person who seems to fit.
Here's my answer. It was Celeste.
Ah, so I'm the suspicious individual now, am I?
Yes, you are.
I really do hate this kind of joke.
Not a joke.
A joke? I wonder.
So what you are saying then is that I specifically chose to work together with Hifumi.
Yes?
The idea that I would choose to spend any amount of time interacting with him,
No, but that's not the point.
that I would go within 10 feet of that shit for brains, that lazy, worthless, goddamn idiot! Pardonnez-moi.
Just to be clear, there is evidence to support it.
Is
Is
that
there?
so?
It is. Throughout the investigation, there was certain behavior that was common only to the two of you.
Mm-hmm.
Considering what we've learned so far, it only further proves that the two of you were working together.
How so? What is the only Hifumi and Celeste had in common?
I got it! The behavior they had in common has to do with the suspicious individual in the suit, doesn't it? The only ones who ever actually saw Robo Justice firsthand were Celeste and Hifumi.
Indeed, and she's the one who took the picture.
Shush, the adults are talking now.
Huh.
Sorry.
As he said, only Celeste and Hifumi ever laid eyes on the costumed individual.
Am I an adult? Can I talk to Byakuya?
If we accept that Hifumi was one of the culprits, we can't help but suspect what Celeste has said as well.
Yep,
Are you saying everything they told us was a lie?
indeed.
After taking Hifumi to the nurse's office, we all began our search for this individual, correct?
Yep.
And not too long after that, do you remember what Celeste said?
I saw shadow. Something moving around at the top of the stairs.
We headed to the second floor specifically because of what she claimed to have seen. Next, to draw us all to the physics lab up on the third floor,
She let out a blood-curdling scream.
and when we'd all come to see what was wrong, what was it she said?
Celeste, what's wrong? That was rather intense scream for someone like you. I saw him, the strange costume man. He ran off as soon as I screamed. Okay?
Once she'd done her job of getting us all up to the physics lab, it was time for her partner to get to work.
Yep. Okay.
It was to get us to divide into two groups.
So that we would discover both bodies at the same time?
Celeste is so cunning.
In fact, Celeste was precisely the one who proposed that we split up.
Then why don't we split up into two groups, huh?
Well, if Celeste and Hifumi were working together, all those chance events suddenly become connected.
Mm-hmm.
And on top of that, that piercing cry of yours early on. That was to signal Hifumi, wasn't it? It was your way of telling him, we're on the 3rd floor, everything's going according to plan. Why else would you let out a scream that could have carried across the sea?
I just realized another strange thing.
Go on.
When we found Hifumi in the nurse's office, who we now know was only pretending to be dead,
I certainly was not expecting this. I did not imagine that Hifumi would be murdered.
Celeste, you were the first one to say he'd been murdered. You wanted to make sure we wouldn't have any doubt in our minds.
I don't believe it. Everything. The whole thing was one big act.
Don't you believe it?
Hina, you were with Celeste when Hifumi's body disappeared, right?
Yeah. I was feeling kinda sick, so Celeste took me to the bathroom.
Why were you feeling sick? What did Celeste do to you?
Wait! Then that was...
She wasn't worried about you. She just saw a chance to help Hifumi sneak out of the nurse's office.
Each piece isn't much by itself, but start putting them together and the picture gets very ugly indeed. Wouldn't you agree, Celeste?
What is she gonna say now?
I have no idea what you mean.
Don't bother trying to deny it. You made one fatal mistake.
And which one is that?
Oh, did I?
I didn't even catch it myself when you first said it, but looking back, I can say that that one little slip-up was your undoing.
What is it?
What are you talking about?
I'm talking about what you said after Hifumi's body disappeared and we returned to the nurse's office.
What did she say? They must really be enjoying this. Enjoying the sight of us standing around, frightened and confused. We're all going to die here. We're all going to die just like those guys died.
I remember her saying that too, but I don't understand what's so strange about it.
Then pay attention. Sakura, Toko, and I were first to discover Taka's body in the equipment room.
Okay.
Then Makoto showed up and told us Hifumi had been killed. So Sakura and I left with Makoto. Once we were in the hall, we ran into Celeste, and the four of us headed to the nurse's office. Now, the entire time we were together, none of us said anything about Taka being dead.
Oh.
Think about it. Celeste's comment doesn't make sense. It was completely out of place.
Yeah, I see what you're talking about. Although I don't really get what it means.
It means she knew that Taka was dead, you idiot.
You hear that, Celeste? Everyone's having some trouble understanding. Could you repeat what you said? If you're really not the culprit, you shouldn't have any problem repeating it, right?
Byaku just said that Celeste's comment doesn't make sense. But what he was alluding to... What? Do I really have to play for that? Okay.
All I said was... They must really be enjoying this. Enjoying the sight of us standing around, frightened and confused. They must be positively elated. We are all going to die here.
Okay.
We are going to die, just like those guys died.
Wait, what?
Shoot!
Okay, I have to wait then.
All I said was... They must really be enjoying this. Enjoying the sight of us standing. They must be... We are all going to die here. We
Okay.
are going to die, just like those guys died.
Uh-huh.
And that is all I said.
Yeah, but how
And
do I?
that's all it takes to finish this. It's obvious, isn't it? What was so strange about Celeste's comment?
Uh-huh. Wait, how do I break that? Wait, I guess wait,
All
no,
I
no, no.
said was,
Um,
they must really be enjoying this.
Enjoying.
Okay,
the sight
wait.
of us, they must be. We are going to die. And that is.
And that's all it takes to finish this.
I need to steal
It's
the
What
so
was so
strange.
strange about
Give me.
Celeste's comment?
Okay.
All I said was,
They must really be enjoying.
the sight of us standing around frightened. They must be positively elated. We are all going to
Okay.
die here.
Soon.
We are going to die.
There.
Just like those guys. No,
We did it,
that's
guys.
wrong. That's right. There's no reason Celeste should have said, just like those guys died. When she said that, none of us had told her Taka was dead.
Exactly. And we didn't run into her until after we were all out in the hall. So there was never any chance for her to have seen his body in the equipment room for herself.
Indeed.
So how did you know, Celeste? How did you know more than one person had been killed? And how did you know they were both guys? Because Kyoko had also disappeared, right? So she could have been dead too.
You all have such vivid imaginations. You know that?
Okay.
Imaginations.
You claim that I was lying when I told you about the suspicious person I saw.
Okay.
Then what about the picture I took?
That is your worst
How
thing.
do you explain this picture of the costumed villain dragging Hifumi away?
It has to be some kind of setup, right?
Yep.
So let's put the suit on. And then she used the camera's timer to set up the picture.
No, you had the suit on, you idiot.
Have you so quickly forgotten? You are the only one who could have possibly fit into that suit.
Yeah, he was in the suit.
Plus, I happen to know that this particular camera does not have a timer. In other words, it is an unassailable fact that this is a picture of Hifumi being dragged away. If everything I told you was a lie, how can this picture exist?
Simple. Are we sure that's really a picture of the suspect dragging Hifumi away?
Yep, it's a picture of exactly the opposite.
What could you possibly mean by that?
Surely there are other explanations than the one you've offered up.
Yep.
No, there is no other explanation.
Other explanations. If it wasn't a picture of the suspect dragging Hifumi away, then the only other possibility is Hifumi and the suspect had been drinking? Maybe.
I got it! It's not a picture of the suspect dragging Hifumi away. I would say it's a picture of Hifumi dragging the suspect away.
Yep.
That's certainly within the realm of possibility. The one being dragged off in that picture isn't Hifumi, but the person in the robot suit.
Is Hero. Also, did you intend to say I did a good job, Kyoko? You have a very weird way of explaining that.
We've simply been led to believe that it's the other way around. And the strange costume might only exist to lead us astray even farther.
Yeah, but that wasn't very smart because you cannot open it or bend or anything.
If you saw someone wearing something like that in this situation, of course you'd notice and be suspicious.
That's what happened! You put me to sleep and made me out to be the bad guy in all this!
Yep.
Such a thing is utterly impossible.
How so?
Hifumi was dragging him away? Ridiculous.
Is it? I don't think it's ridiculous at all.
Then shut your mouth and allow me to educate you.
Alright. Celeste thinks she can prove that there is no way Hifumi was dragging the suspect away. But is that really possible? Make your argument. Robot Justice, E-Handbook, Spotless Hammer, Yoshihiro's message, Robot Justice Blueprints. Okay.
You dressed me up in that suit after I passed out! Then you just draped me across Hifumi and had him carry my weight. You tried to make me look like the bad guy.
Like I said, ridiculous.
Why?
As you can see in the picture, the suspect is standing perfectly upright. If the person inside the suit was unconscious, there's no way they could stand up straight like that.
No, that's
Couldn't
wrong.
they?
No. Even if the person inside the suit were unconscious, they could still stand up like that. Because that Robo-Justice suit had a certain characteristic.
Indeed. It totally can't bend at the waist.
That's right! They totally made a mistake when they made it, so it couldn't bend at the waist.
I'm not so sure that was a mistake. I think the suit was designed from the beginning to be used the way it was.
Celeste and Hifumi took the suit they'd specially designed and stuffed Hiro into it. That's how they were able to fake that whole thing. The point of it all was to make us believe whoever was in the suit was to blame.
Well then, I suppose this is checkmate.
Yep.
Checkmate? Don't make me laugh, you idiot! What do you mean, checkmate?
She's really scary.
Celeste? Clearly! You want to cram me into your little guilty box? Well, there's one little problem.
And what is it?
Have you already forgotten what Hifumi told us as he lay dying?
Who was it? Who attacked you? That's right, I remember their name. Yasu, Hiro.
When we asked him who had attacked him, his answer was quite clear, was it not? He said, and I quote, Yasuhiro. In other words, Yasuhiro Hagakure!
Wait, but my name isn't really Yasuhiro. It's actually Taro.
What?
Your confusing statements don't make any sense. You're only making things more complicated.
He did say Yasuhiro, but are we sure he was really pointing the finger at Hiro?
What?
What the hell are you talking about? I'll burn you alive!
Kyoko, what do you mean by that?
Indeed, what do you mean?
Think back to how Hifumi used to talk to us. How did he refer to each of us?
He said for serious a lot. People's last names. He gave everyone nicknames.
I got it! That's right! Our last names! He called us all by our last names!
Okay.
Exactly. I know I heard him say Mr. Naegi more than once, for example. So if Hifumi did mean to say Hiro's name, he would have said his last name, Hagakure.
Okay.
I'm sure it was just incidental. By chance, his first name.
And how does that spell Celeste?
Indecent?
Don't talk.
Random chance. Now isn't that a convenient explanation? No. There's no reason to think he would have said the name any different than normal. But he must have run out of energy before he could say any more.
Okay.
So Hifumi was trying to tell us the last name of whoever killed him?
But isn't Celeste's last name Ludenberg?
But the name he said doesn't apply to anyone here.
Well, no. Hold on. There's one person it could apply to,
Huh?
and that's Celeste. She never actually told us what her real name is.
What?
What did you just say?
Her real name is Celestia Ludenberg. Why do you doubt that?
To think you'd take your false accusation so far, I don't know whether to laugh or spit! Come on! Enough with your idiotic blather! Yasuhiro is a loser's name! Do I look like a loser to... Well? Do I? What? I think I've earned the right to be a little on edge.
Okay, then fill us in. What's your real name?
Fine. Make sure your ear holes are wide open and listen up! My real name is Celestia Ludenberg. Could you please stop making me repeat myself over and over again?
Is it really? I don't believe you anymore. I used to, but we can use her ebook, right? Her e-handbook. Okay.
Hifumi was trying to tell us something. He wanted us to know the killer's last name, Yasuhiro.
Okay.
If there's one person here who might have that last name.
It would have to be you, Celeste. You haven't told anyone what your real name is.
How many times do I have to tell you? My name is...
Celestia Ludenberg, god damn it!
That is upside down.
How long do you plan to go on pretending?
I'm not pretending. It's the truth. And since you have no way to contradict me...
We do. You have to show us your e-handbook.
No, that's wrong. That's it. The handbook.
What?
Anytime you turn your handbook on, it shows the owner's name when it boots up, right?
Yep.
Monokuma told us all about it before.
This handbook is absolutely vital to the healthy school life. Okay.
So all we have to do is check her handbook, and that'll clear up everything.
We'll
That's
see.
how we can find out Celeste's real name.
That's an invasion of privacy. I refuse to cooperate.
Celeste, can you please just tell us what really happened? Please, just tell us.
Aw.
Even when I'm put in check, it's just my nature not to give up. Because until the game's over, you never know what might happen.
You just gave yourself up, huh?
Fine then. Let me settle it. Let me go over the case again, from the beginning, and shed light on all your crimes. And that'll bring everything to an end.
Will we know her name at the end? Hopefully. Okay, let's see. Act 1. Hifumi, and this is Celeste. And then... and they plant stuff? What is this? Chips? Maybe that? Then Hero is here and they is this one? Maybe. And then they use something on his face. But what? I don't know. What can go here, guys? This one? And then in that one you see maybe this? And then they put the suit on and picture. And then Taga sees his watch. He gets smashed. Then the watch is broken. Wait, what? No, that's oh wait, this is 1. So that should be here. Okay. Picture. And here it is 6 and a bit. Was the other really 1? Yeah. Okay. 6 and a bit. He gets smashed. And the watch is broken. Do I have that? I guess not. Guess it's Hammer 4. Maybe. Picture. They see picture. And that's the library. And they find this guy who was hit by Hammer 3. And then in the nurse's office he uses blood. And then and what? Guess this Hammer 2? Wait, is this Justice Hammer 3? Maybe it is Justice Hammer 2. And then Justice Hammer 3 here. I think so. Good. Then we see both. Then he gets him there and pushes, but yeah, I guess that this way. And then Celeste comes and kills that guy, and I should use then this one here. Let's try it.
Here's exactly what happened.
Maybe.
Before anything, the killer persuaded someone to help carry out the murder. Hifumi, with an accomplice, the killer was able to execute a number of otherwise impossible schemes. First, they convinced someone to meet them in the rec room last night at 1 in the morning. That someone they met with was Hiro. The murderous duo intended to pass Hiro off as the prime suspect. They drugged him, knocked him out, and stuffed him into the Robo-Justice suit. Next, Hifumi positioned himself to make it look like Robo-Justice was attacking him, while the killer used a digital camera to take pictures of the assault.
Alright.
They did all this just to create evidence that would put the suspicion on Hiro. When they were done with him, they shoved him, still unconscious, into the pool room locker. And then finally, at 6 a.m., they moved into the murder phase of their plan.
Okay.
They called Taka to the equipment room. And that's where Hifumi killed him, making it the scene of the first murder.
Yeah, you have to be very strong to kill someone with a hammer like that.
The murder weapon was Justice Hammer 4, which was left there in the equipment room. The reason hammer number 4 was used was to create confusion about the order of the crimes. So, next they falsified 2 more assault incidents. For these attacks, the killers pretended to be the victims to solidify Robo Justice as the suspect.
Okay.
The first fake incident was the attack in the rec room. There, the killers wanted us to see Justice Hammer 1 and the Robo Justice pictures they'd taken. They wanted to make sure we bought the surprise attack story. The second fake incident was the attack in the library. This time, they planted Justice Hammer 2 and an injured Hifumi to sell us that story.
Was he really injured?
With these 2 incidents, the killers were able to create a certain preconception in our minds that the suspect was increasing the size of the hammers and attacking people in order as they did. We fell right into their trap and started looking for the suspect based on that.
But
While we did that, we left Hifumi alone in the nurse's office. This was exactly what Hifumi was hoping for.
okay.
He took a blood packet from the refrigerator
That is a
and
lovely
Justice Hammer
animation.
3 and turned the room into a crime scene in which he himself had apparently been brutally murdered. He let out a scream to draw us back, and when we returned, that's... Meanwhile, the other group that had been out searching found Taka's body at the same time. So when we heard the body discovery announcement, we naturally assumed it was for Hifumi.
But it wasn't, and Celeste was so good at planning.
We left the nurse's office, and Hifumi once again took advantage of the situation. He simply got up and made his escape. When we learned his body had disappeared, we all rushed back to the nurse's office, and once again, Hifumi had the chance he was waiting for. He wrapped Taka's body in a tarp and used the dolly to move it all the way down to the repository.
Why though?
That explains how each of the bodies disappeared.
Why did they do that though? Was that necessary?
But even Hifumi didn't know what the true killer had in mind for their final act. Their plan all along was to kill Hifumi, and they did it using an ordinary, everyday hammer from the repository. That should cover everything that happened in this case. And the...
What happened there?
Celeste! Sorry, you lose.
I lost? I lost? When was the last time I was forced to utter such words? They hang heavy around my neck.
Then you admit it? You're the killer?
Listen to you, trying to take charge, as if you're my private instructor. I, Celestia Ludenberg. Actually, no.
She's gonna say her real name.
Taiko Yasuhiro is fine.
Taiko Yasuhiro, huh?
Taiko?
So, you finally accepted it.
I'm the kind of person, once I've lost, I don't like things to drag on.
Alright.
Interesting.
Okay. Taiko. That's a nice name. Hey guys, we got an A! And bunch of coins.
Okay, Monokuma. I'm ready to begin. Or, no, I suppose this is the end, isn't it?
It is indeed the moment we've all been waiting for. Time to vote. Okay? Okay. If you would, please locate your lever and cast your vote.
Sure.
And when the votes are tallied, who will become the blackened?
They should do it for the money though.
Will you make the right choice or the dreadfully wrong one? What's it gonna be? What's it gonna be?
Aww. No more Celeste in the game, I guess.
What?
It's basically a formality at this point, but once again, you're totally correct. The Blackened this time, the true killer who devised the whole stinking scheme was... Celestia Ludenberg, or more precisely, Taeko Yasuhiro.
Honestly,
I lost. Well, that sucks. I guess trying to work with someone else was a mistake after all. Hifumi's ineptitude was beyond all my calculations.
I knew it.
So you really did approach Hifumi with this plan, huh? But how did you get him to agree? I can't imagine he would happily agree to commit murder. I'm sure she relied on her specialty, lying. My specialty? Don't make me laugh. I didn't have to lie to get him to agree.
So then,
Then, did you use, you know... I knew you'd figure it out, Kyoko. You're absolutely right. To get Hifumi to act as my accomplice,
indeed.
I use her. For everyone who's still left, I'll avoid mentioning by name, but... It was the one thing Hifumi and Taka were both super into. Does she mean... Is she talking about alter ego?
Say what?
just a second.
Don't interrupt. We're in the middle of a very important conversation here. I'm totally out of the loop as usual.
In other words,
Then you are the one that stole it.
Indeed.
Yep.
I see.
And you used it to drag Hifumi into the plan you'd come up with. Right again. Last night, after we had our meeting about how it had disappeared, I paid Hifumi a little visit. What are you doing here?
Actually,
I was hoping I could talk to you alone. It is about what was stolen. I know who did it.
What?
are you okay with this?
It was Taka. He stole it.
So then,
And I have proof. Would you like to see it? As it turned out, I found a use for the digital camera. I'd taken you-know-what to Taka's room earlier and took pictures of it there. I deleted the pictures as soon as I shown it to Hifumi, of course.
Damnation!
So it was him. But how did he do it? She was supposed to yell if either of us got close to her. You are correct, which is why Taka forced me to steal it.
Say what?
as for me,
Please forgive me, he threatened me.
Oh.
He did.
as for me,
He came to my room last night unannounced, and then it's hard for me to even say. He abused me,
What?
and he took pictures. He said if I don't not as he asked, he would show them to everyone. I had no choice.
Damnation!
That's a crime. I mean, I knew he'd gone a little crazy, but
Say what?
I never imagined he would go that far. It was amazing how completely he bought it. I can't express how enjoyable that was. I'm about to say something I'd never said before in my life.
Completely unforgivable!
I'm going to kill him.
most unfortunate.
Wait, please. If you go now, you will be playing right into his hands.
Actually,
Taka is planning to use her to escape. And he has made you his target.
What?
Taka is going to try to kill you.
indeed.
And also he can keep her to himself.
Completely unforgivable!
Honestly,
Can't we allow him to continue with his barbaric acts?
I swear I will save her!
actually,
Then, would you like to join with me? It just happens I come up with a plan. I have devised a way to reclaim what was he has stolen and escape this stressful school. And with that, it is complete.
Hmm?
What are you talking about? Nothing. Hifumi agreed without a second thought. The effect that item had on him was remarkable. The power of love, even a love as twisted as that, can still drive people mad, it would seem. You disgust me.
I see.
I have another question for you. Was that a strange costume Hifumi's creation?
Indeed.
Yeah, it was a real pain in the butt too. All I asked him to do was make something to hide the face and general body size. I had no idea what he'd make something like that. But it's my fault for picking him in the first place.
But...
What did you decide to make me the suspect? Because you're stupid.
Huh?
Let's see.
And in that regard, I made the right choice. I'm so glad your stupidity surpassed my every expectation. Life must have been tough on your parents though. I feel like I could cry.
Well,
But when you were explaining your plan to Hifumi, how did you explain the part about him playing dead? That's... What she's asking is, what was Hifumi supposed to do after that, assuming he had actually let him live?
Are you okay with this?
That's simple. After he did his part and pretended to be dead once someone showed up, I told him to say he'd been seriously wounded. He was on the verge of death, but she just barely held on. And he really believed that? Well, of course. That wasn't all there was to it. As I explained to Hifumi, the plan was, while you were all questioning him about what had happened, I was going to murder someone else. At that point, Hifumi would have an alibi, so nobody could doubt him. I told him that, and he believed it. It all seems very straightforward, stereotypical. I just matched the lie to the level of the opponent. In fact, Hifumi ate it up. He believed the lie wholeheartedly, right up until the very moment of his death.
so in the end...
So you had planned to kill him all along. But of course, there would have been no point into my plan if the one who pretended to be dead did not end up dead himself.
What the heck?
How can human life mean so little to you?
Well,
That's a non-issue. I simply did everything in my power to win.
Don't be mean!
Now you sound like Byakuya.
I wonder about that.
No, he derived his pleasure from the thrill of the hunt. In that aspect, we are nothing alike.
Why?
Then what made you think things this far?
What the heck?
Was it really just for money?
Hmm.
Are you talking about the $10 million Monokuma offered us? That is a lot of money, it's true. But that's not all there is to it. For the moment our new life here began, my only thought was to escape. But all along you've been saying how we have to accept living here.
You little bitch!
Obviously that was a lie.
Hey!
I couldn't take it. I hated it from day one. More than anyone else in here.
You little bitch!
I wanted to get out. Every day was fresh torture. Do you wanna know why, huh?
This is fine.
Because I had a dream. And accepting a life here would have meant nothing less than giving up on my dream forever.
Honestly.
And there was no way I could ever do that. In the underground world of gambling, I risked my life to make a metaphorical killing.
As for me,
And it was all for that dream. And what was your dream?
isn't it wonderful?
To live in a European castle. A castle? And to gather handsome men from all the world to serve as my butlers / bodyguards. I was going to make them dress up like vampires and satisfy my every need. Once I obtained that, I would have created a perfectly aesthetic world of decadence.
This is fine.
Living the rest of my life there was my only dream, my only goal. That's what life is all about. Combined with my own winnings, Monokuma's $10 million would have made that dream a reality. I got right to the edge, but
There is nothing to be done.
unfortunately my dream has been scattered to the wind. Still, I don't have any regrets. I pursued my dream till the very end, so why would I?
Just the worst.
You sound so passionate, but you were really able to kill your own friends for it?
Oh,
Are you asking me to feel guilty? That's a pointless endeavor. I think nothing of sacrificing others for my own ends. I feel nothing.
do you understand?
That's all there is to me. That's what makes me complete. Isn't it terrifying how different our values are? There's simply no room for understanding.
What is this?
That's what we should be saying, and plus, how can you be so calm? Don't you realize you're about to die? Why aren't you scared? My ability to lie is unrivaled, and I take pride in that. It's not just other people, I can even fool my own emotions. My conscious, dis- my conscious deceives the unconscious. And that's why you're not scared?
Yes, indeed.
That's right, I do not fear death. Kill me however you like. But you know, if I could be reincarnated, if I had a choice then,
Isn't it wonderful?
I think I would like to come back as Marie Antoinette.
Hey,
Not just get executed again. Celeste smiled then, and when she did, it looked to me like a poor effort to force it. She claimed she could fool her own feelings, but that statement itself must have been her final lie, and that weak, fake smile is what betrayed her.
Thrills, chills, kills!
Alright, let's see how she
Now
dies.
then, I prepared a very special punishment.
For the ultimate
Let's
gambler.
give it everything we've got. It's punishment time!
Alright, let's see.
I guess I'll let Kyoko hold on to this.
Oh, the what?
What?
Oh,
Will it really give you the hope you're looking for? I can't say I ever saw it that way.
alright.
Which is why... Actually, it's not important. Well then, take care, everyone. Perhaps we'll meet again. In another life.
That is so freaking sad. I am sad to see you go, Celeste. Okay, that's the castle, I guess. What about the vampires? The burning of the Versailles witch. That has nothing to do with gambling. This is very graphically nice. Wait. Okay. Damn. Okay, what now? It's over. The third execution is over. It was way less graphic than the other ones. It was more artistic, I would say. Celeste's death is over. Celeste killed my friends, so I can't pity her, but I also can't deny that at one point I considered her a friend too. And for him to just come along and... Isn't it just awful? Someone couldn't cut free of their regrets from the outside world, so no more people had to die.
Extreme!
You guys are still young, you need to place more value on your own lives.
What are you gonna do?
And here I thought you guys were gonna pass the torch of hope to the next generation.
Let me out of here!
What do I care about hope? I'll throw it in the trash if you just let me out of here.
Too bad.
You're all the embodiment of hope, whether you like it or not. It is my destiny to knock you down one by one. It's sad, yes it is, but that reality just can't be avoided. Don't talk like you're not responsible. How long are you gonna make us keep going through this? What do you want from us?
How strange.
God, I'm so sick of people asking me that. Give it a rest already. So anyway, Kyoko, did you see you get some kind of key type object from Celeste?
Hey! Hey!
What's the deal with that?
What?
What's the matter?
So then,
I'll answer your question if you answer mine.
you...
What did you do? What did you do to me?
Ooh.
What?
Hey,
Answer me. What did you do to my body?
Ooh. How exciting.
What do you mean? I have no idea. I don't know anything about it. What was that just now? The mastermind did something to Kyoko's body. What does that even mean?
Hello.
Okay, things are getting kinda awkward. I think it's time I got out of here.
Well?
Meanwhile, you guys can go on enjoying your school life. If you get lonely, give me a shout. Not that I'll do anything about it, of course.
See ya later!
Bye. Monokuma disappeared, leaving us all depressed and in despair. Although it wasn't all despair. There was one small hope. Hey Kyoko, Monokuma already mentioned it, but... Was the key to Celeste gave you?
so...
Most likely. It's the key to one of the dressing room lockers.
Huh?
Then that means... Celeste probably hid it in there.
Hey,
I suppose sometimes the easiest to miss is what's right beneath your nose. Well then, we'd better go check.
Indeed.
Are we gonna do that right now? We left the courtroom and rushed to the dressing room. As we approached the dressing room, Kyoko looked back at us and said,
Hey,
I'm going to go on alone from here. Everyone else, head to the dining hall. I'll check with you later.
What?
Why exactly are you going alone?
so...
Do you even have to ask? As she spoke, she glanced quickly at the surveillance camera.
Come on.
That's not what I mean. Why you? There's still the risk of a spy, you know. Then I'll go too.
What?
You? Please, let me go. Standing here arguing is just going to draw more attention to us.
Goodbye.
Do whatever you want. Thank you, Byakuya.
well then.
It's up to you now.
Yo!
I'm gonna go to the dining hall, okay?
Huh?
So Makoto and Gyokyo are gonna go together? Yes, that is how it is, Aoi. But you can come to my room later if you wanna. Does that mean you think what it means?
Okay.
Good luck, Makoto. Girls like her are totally pushovers when you show a little backbone. I tried to forget what Hina said. Everyone headed to the dining hall, leaving me and Kyoko there alone.
Shall we go?
Yep.
So then,
We need to get into that locker. Kyoko took the key Celeste had given her and unlocked the locker. And the locker swung open, we saw...
You really came.
Good morning. It's been a while, hasn't it? It's safe, thank goodness. I'd never heard Kyoko sound so relieved. It was just like she was speaking from the bottom of her heart. I did just what Celeste asked. I didn't say a word. I stayed quiet the entire time.
So,
And I think I might be able to open the last set of files soon, maybe as early as tomorrow. I'm doing my best, so please wait just a little while longer. Now we can officially say the case is closed. As far as this incident is concerned, sure, but can we take a second? Since we have this opportunity, I want you to be honest with me. Please tell me, what are you trying to do all on your own here at the school?
You.
Is that why you wanted to come here with me?
However,
Regardless, that's not something you need to know right now. I don't need to know? That just makes me even more worried.
what?
Worried? Like what happened during the investigation this time? You disappeared and we didn't see you again. Without a warning, without explanation. When you do that,
Indeed.
it's only natural that you think I'm the mastermind spy, right? And you too. No. I believe in you.
What?
You believe in me? Isn't it obvious? People believe in their friends, right? That's why I want you to tell me. And I want you to believe in me too. Because we're friends. I understand.
It's true.
Then maybe I can believe in you. Just a little bit more. Then
That's fine.
fine, I'll tell you. I'll tell you what I've been disappearing and where I've been going. You see? Alright? What I heard from Kyoko then was... well, frankly, it kinda blew my mind. Right after I told Kyoko I believe in her, she told me a story that was almost unbelievable. I decided I had to confirm what she told me with my own two eyes, so I waited for nighttime to come, and when it did, I went into action. What am I doing? Guys, what are we doing?
Correct.
The boys' bathroom on the second floor doesn't have a surveillance camera or monitor in it. And in the storage closet there, way in the back, she said it was way in the back of the boys' bathroom storage closet, but could Kyoko really be right about this? What is there? It's just a normal storage closet as far as I can tell. The secret Kyoko told me about, could it really be hidden here? She said it was way in the back of the storage closet. But I mean, seriously? Without thinking, I placed my hand on the back of the storage closet, and suddenly, as if I were being yanked in, at the same time as I heard that sound, I fell through the wall. I had no idea what was going on. I had fallen through the back of the storage closet. It turned out the back wall was like a revolving door, and I'd made my way to the other side, just like Yoko had said.
Correct.
There's a storage closet, secret room, huh? So this is the secret room. And what's in here? Chair? It's just a normal desk with normal drawers. And this. There's a bunch of files and what look like volume after volume of yearbooks. They are all covered in dust. Looking at everything, one file at the edge of the bookshelf caught my eye. Hope's Peak Academy Student Registry. This is the only thing in here not covered in dust. Has someone been looking at it recently? I slipped the file into my hand, and before I had a chance to take a look at it, a slip of paper fell out of this file, and I turned my attention to it. You must not leave. That's kind of weird. I could understand if it said, I can't leave, but you must not leave? What is this? My head feels funny. This strange sensation is like a deja vu. The words, you must not leave. I've seen them somewhere before, but I can't quite remember. What do I do? What don't I do? I... Wait. A strange sound rang through my head. I felt like it was shaking my brain back and forth. And then, darkness. I don't understand what's happening. I don't know what started it. It's all over. And with that, I opened my eyes. I didn't know how long it had been. Oh, apparently something hit me, and I lost consciousness. That's all I understood. The dull, throbbing pain in my head proved that much at least. So, someone took everything. Empty. It's all gone. The yearbooks, the student registry, and even the note that had fallen on the floor. It's all gone? What does this mean? But my brain refused to do any more work. The insistent pain in my head began to spread across the rest of my body. For now, I shall go back to my room, get some rest. My body was heavy with pain, my mind heavy with thought. I dragged myself back toward my room. Somehow, I made it back to the first floor of the school. The farther I walk, the more I felt. Things are getting blurry, can't see in front of me. I couldn't stop myself from collapsing right there. After that, as if from a vast distance, I heard a sound. It was faint but undeniable. That sound is coming from the gym. As I desperately held my shaky frame toward the gym, the sound got stronger and stronger. What's going on? I can't be nothing. It can't be nothing. Here in the gym, is someone destroying the money, right? I didn't make a sound as I opened the door to the gym. The sounds coming from inside, meanwhile, only intensified that much more. Hagayaka, Yiya, Pachin, Pakya, Dada Doom, Sacha Cha Cha. Really? Before me, there ragged a battle beyond anything humanly possible. No, one side's not human, that's for sure, but regardless, I couldn't stop staring. I forgot to move or to even breathe.
Why, you? What do you think you're doing? I asked you a question. What's the meaning of this? How dare you defy me? This wasn't part of the deal!
Was there a deal?
I've made a decision. I will no longer retreat, no longer compromise, no longer regret. I've made my decision.
Okay.
I'm going to resist you.
Okay. But you do realize what will happen if you go through with this, right? You haven't forgotten, have you? What I'm holding hostage?
What is he holding hostage? What am I looking at? What am I hearing? A hostage? Then could it be the mastermind spy is Sakura? Stand tall galactic hero. Damn. Um, Super Robot Justice present, huh? Yeah, let us save. What is this? Are we remembering everything? Leon killed Sayaka. Monokuma killed Junko. Then Leon got executed. Then Mondo killed Shikiro. Then he got executed. Hifumi killed Taka, then Celeste killed Hifumi, then she got executed. And that brings us up to now. The next morning in the dining hall, the day after Celeste's case. So now there's only 5 of us. Only a third of the number of people we started with.
Indeed.
Loneliness has become commonplace. That's true. Still, what did I see yesterday? I don't understand. Sakura is the mastermind spy. Can that really be true? Makoto, are you okay? No, I'm fine. Can't bring it up in front of the others. If I did that, it would just confuse everyone that much more.
Okay.
In that case, let's eat till we pass out.
Huh?
What do you mean, in that case?
I mean...
Cause look how scary everyone looks. It's gonna be cause you're all fighting on empty stomachs, right? If you fill your belly, I'm sure you'll all cheer up. So, let's eat.
Okay.
Let's fry up some fish and donuts and eat till we can't stand up.
What? What?
That's like a deep impact style, meteor impact, extinction level event combination of foods.
Huh?
What? Those are both breakfast time top sellers. Still, the till we can't stand up part is a problem. After we're done, we need to go explore.
I see.
That's right. Since the class trial is over, new areas should have opened up.
It's true.
Plus, we still have alter ego. We don't have to give in to despair just yet. She's right, we have up to plan ahead and think about the future.
You got it.
Think happy thoughts, not deathy thoughts.
You know?
Like when we're gonna go get out of here, right?
For serious.
When this is all over, I think I'm gonna get reborn for serious. I mean, reborn as someone serious.
Well...
Are you okay? That sounds like something someone who's about to die would say. I'm totally okay. I'm not gonna die. Why? Cause there aren't Cause there aren't gonna be any more murders. What makes you so sure?
According to the spirits...
I predicted it last night, since it revealed itself to me from the ether. There's no doubt about it.
However,
How accurate is your fortune telling anyway?
How about that?
I can usually hit 20 or 30% on a good day. That seems really low.
It's not like some occult mystery.
Yeah, it's not like it's ESP or whatever. Of course I'm only gonna get it right sometimes.
The occult is bullcrap!
I told you my fortune telling isn't like some occult thing.
So,
Isn't a cult?
You got it all wrong!
Of course not. Clairvoyance is clairvoyance. Don't put it in the same category as cattle mutilation.
Huh?
Cattle what?
So...
He's referring to the urban legend, where aliens abduct cows and dissect them as part of their research.
Actually...
No, you're calling it an urban legend. As a matter of fact, it's true. As a matter of fact, it has happened to me. Are you a cow now? It all happened one day when I went to get a hamburger. It was a place I'd never been before. They claimed their patties were 100% all beef. So I got a burger to go and headed home.
But...
And before long,
the end is nigh!
the sky was filled with a mysterious blinding light.
Some crazy beam came out of nowhere and locked onto my hamburger.
What?
And as soon as the beam touched it, the burger started floating in midair.
What?
And then, still floating there, the entire burger started coming apart.
What?
One part of it just vanished, while the rest fell back into my hand.
What?
Do you realize what that means?
What?
It means the burger wasn't 100% beef. It must have had some pork or something mixed in.
What?
Something like 70% pork and 30% beef would be my guess.
What?
You can't trick me.
So I stormed back into the burger place and got up in the manager's grill, and they totally admitted it. It wasn't 100% beef. They totally mixing ground pork with it.
How about that?
Now that you see, that is cattle mutilation. I kinda got lost halfway through. I can tell if you're for the occult or against it. You think of stupidity. You stink of stupidity.
Don't be mean.
How dare you? You do stink though. That's fine. That's fine. Anyway, I hope your prediction turns out to be true. At the very least, I won't murder anyone.
Yeah.
Me neither. I mean, I would never.
Of course.
Me neither.
Indeed.
Nor I. That goes for me too, of course. I could never kill any of my friends. I felt like those words of encouragement were helping us come together as one. After so much sacrifice and hardship, we'd finally become united. But
Well,
I wish Byakuya and Toko were here for this too.
But
They are so hard to deal with, they only think about themselves. Yeah, we're better off without them, I say. That was enough to prove. We were united for the time being, but within that bond hid weakness and frailty. Chapter 4 is starting. Is that Chihiro? Who's the other person? We began our search as soon as we finished our breakfast in the dining hall. We had to find out what had opened that was waiting for us. Okay guys, that was the end of the trial, and the next part we'll start chapter 4. Thank you for watching very much. Please leave a comment, like and subscribe, and see you next time. Goodbye.